In the text written in 2010, The Other Westmore, one named Two Fates, Westmore provides examples on two kids with similar circumstances on how they grew up. The book is about two people with the same name, Westmore. The book also tells of how each of their lives spiraled out. In the book, Moore and West come from similar childhoods and experience similar things growing up. They grew up in similar environments and got in trouble with the police often as kids. Their environments help create who each person turned out to be. You can learn from these two that decisions you make can impact the way your life will turn out. One small decision can change the entire outcome of your life. Although they grew up in similar circumstances, few changes impacted their lives and changed their fates. This is written because you can learn a lot of lessons from Wes and Moore. The decisions we make can change our lives, and we can reach a point of no return if we make too many wrong decisions. Ultimately, each of us went through similar circumstances, but went down different paths because of the impact of their environment. In the book, Wes and Moore grew up without their fathers. Moore writes, "Your father wasn't there because he couldn't be. My father wasn't there because he chose not to be. We're going to mourn their absence in different ways." For Moore, his father died when he was at a very young age. For Wes, his father walked out on his family and never showed his face around Wes. Moore having his father in his life for that short time impacted his life dramatically. He remembered his name Watende, which means revenge will not be sought. He remembered this when he got mugged and decided that it wasn't worth seeking revenge on who hit him. Wes hunted down and shot a man who beat him up because he was seeing a girl. Moore writes, "If someone disrespects you, you send a message so fierce that they won't have a chance to do it again." Wes learned from his older brother Tony Wes learned this from his older brother Tony. This matters because Moore was able to learn that revenge is not always a good road to take to get back at the people that hurt you. Sometimes you have to stop and be the bigger man and let things go. Doing this can get you out of a lot of situations you don't want to be in. You could go too far with your revenge and put yourself in a situation you can't come back from. You can learn that there are other ways to go about things, like calling the authorities if you are put in a situation that you can't or shouldn't handle. There are people that can handle the situation that you shouldn't. You learn from this that revenge is never the right decision to make because it could lead you down the wrong path. You will become a better person if you choose not to take revenge and lead your life down a good path. There are better decisions to make in life than choosing to take revenge. Some people aren't worth your time or consequences of making a bad decision. It may relieve the pain in the moment, but in the end, it could bring grief. Knowing this can help make you a better person, take a different approach on situations in life. Although both Wesses grew up fatherless, both had people in their lives that helped make who they were and how they wanted to be. Moore writes, "Tony flashed through Wes's mind. Tony wanted the best for Wes, but he still felt that part of his mission as a big brother was to toughen him up for the battles Tony knew Wes would have to fight as he got older." The accent of both of their fathers led them to look up to people and hold them as models on who they should be. Tony was Wes's role model. He did what he did and became like him. Tony was a gang leader and dealt drugs. Wes became a dealer and a gang leader. Wes ended up getting involved in a robbery and serving a lifetime. Moore looked up to his father and wanted to be like his father and what he wanted him to become. The people Moore put himself around showed him how it was like to not get involved in drugs. Wes went to a military school and learned how to lead people from the people around him. The people you put yourself around have an impact on your life. You'll become more like the people you spend most of your time with. Wes spent a lot of time around his brother Tony, who was a drug dealer and a murderer. For Wes, he spent a lot of time around people who made bad decisions, so he was prone to make bad decisions like they did. The people who you hold in high The people you hold high in life and respect the most will become like a model for you, and you will want to become a lot like what they are. These models that you hold high in life have to be someone that should have a good influence on your life. You want to become more like this person because you want them to be proud of you and be just like them. What you spend a lot of your time around in your life will influence what you become. You learn what to be and how to act from the people around you. If the people around you are impacting you in a negative way, you shouldn't be around these people. The role models in your life should be people that you look up to and influence you in a good way and not lead you down the wrong path. You should put yourself in a good environment that will benefit from the influence it has on you. This way, you will not regret the person who you become later in life. If you do this, then maybe you can have a positive effect on the people around you and become a role model for others to follow. In the book, both mothers had to fill the places that the fathers could not fill for different reasons. Moore and West came from a house where their mothers raised them. Moore writes, "But no matter how much the world around us seems ready to crumble, my mother was determined to see us through it." Mary's mother was a single mother trying to raise children in troubling times with a very low income. Mary didn't have a husband to help pay for the kids. She had to move in with her parents so that she could give her kids a better environment. Mary didn't lack structure or discipline. She always got on Moore's case anytime he was doing something bad or getting involved in something that he shouldn't be getting involved in. She wanted what was best for her kids, and she wanted her kids to be the best that they could possibly be. Single parents can learn a lot from Mary. As a parent, you can't be submissive. You have to be hard on your kids sometimes in order for them to grow and become the people you want them to become. You can't let your kids control you, because if they do, they will do what they want, and it will be hard for them to determine the difference between right and wrong. Parent, you have to be interactive with them. You can't just ignore them and be in your own bubble. You have to teach your kids lessons in order to do that. You have to interact with them. As a single parent, it may be tough, but you have to push through and do what needs to be done for your kids. You have to be strong. Moore writes, "I had no idea then, but later found out just what sacrifices she was talking about. When she first heard about Valley Forge, she told my grandparents about her plan. They wrote strongly in favor of the idea. The problem was that military school is not free. It's not even cheap. The price tag for Valley Forge was even steeper than that for Riverdale. My mother had written to family and friends, asking them to help however they could. I wouldn't ask if I didn't really need it," she wrote. Weeks later, she was still thousands of dollars short. Mary had to give up a lot in order for Moore to be given an environment more suitable for him. As a single parent, you may have to give up a lot for your kids. It is worth the dough, because then they will have a better chance in life and have a greater chance of making right decisions. The book can teach many different things. A single parent can learn from Mary in the book and apply what they learned to their job as a parent. A parent's job isn't easy, and it makes it even harder being a single parent. That being said, you have to push through the hardships to be the best and give the best to your kids. The people you put yourself around will affect the person you will become. In order to give yourself the best chance to succeed, it is a good idea to put yourself around people that will have a positive effect on you in life. Have a positive effect on you. In life, it is better to let things go than to take revenge on people. Revenge will only bring a temporary relief. In the end, you will be a better person knowing that you were the bigger person and decided not to seek revenge on the person that harmed you. Overall, you need to put yourself in a good environment to lead yourself down the right path.